Welcome back to B&B for Phone. Today is a spectacularly dramatic day in the soap world, and I am absolutely buzzing to talk about our favorite Los Angeles fashion dynasties. Grab your coffee and brace yourselves because the chaos we are about to unpack today is going to shake the very foundations of everything we know. Let's jump right into the absolute disaster that just unfolded on the runway. We all know that Eric Forrester is a legend, a titan of the industry, and the foundational bedrock of Forrester Creations. But let's be completely honest with ourselves for a second. His latest fashion show was an unmitigated flop. I was watching the designs come down the runway, and I was literally cringing. The fabrics lacked that signature Forrester innovation. The silhouettes felt completely trapped in a bygone era, and the entire collection reeked of a designer who has simply lost his creative pulse. Sure, the Forrester family was sitting in the front row, politely clapping and patting him on the back, but we all saw right through it. Those boring, uninspired dresses are going to be forgotten before the fashion press even finishes typing up their reviews. And you won't believe what makes this even worse. Over at Katie's newly rebranded fashion house, Logan, Hope, Logan, and Deke have just created a massive, earth-shattering buzz. They are the talk of the town. Hope and Deke's fresh, youthful, and vibrant energy has completely overshadowed Eric's tired collection. It is the ultimate humiliation for the Forrester patriarch to be upstaged by a startup bearing the name of his family's greatest rivals. Amazing. Katie must be sitting in her office right now, sipping champagne and laughing at how easily her new venture just eclipsed the great Eric Forrester. But here's the surprise that truly sent my jaw straight to the floor. Instead of gracefully accepting the mixed reviews and focusing on how to pivot Forrester Creations back to greatness, Eric completely lost his mind during the post-show press junket. A savvy interviewer threw out a piece of bait regarding the massive success of the Logan fashion house, and Eric swallowed it hook, line, and sinker. He went on an absolute tirade. He started aggressively trash-talking Katie's company, acting like a deeply bitter, grumpy old man who should have been put out to pasture years ago. That's crazy. Instead of promoting his own brand, Eric essentially gave the Logan fashion house millions of dollars in free publicity. By throwing a public tantrum and hurling insults at Katie's brand, he kept the Logan name trending in the news cycle for days. He looked weak, threatened, and entirely out of touch. The sheer lack of media training and self-control he displayed was shocking. Can you believe it? The man who built an empire couldn't even keep his composure in front of a microphone. This brings us to the most critical and heartbreaking analysis of this entire situation. We have to talk about Eric's mental state. As a massive fan of this show, I hate seeing our beloved legacy characters reduced to this, but we cannot ignore the glaring red flags. A lot of the audience is starting to feel like Eric's cognitive abilities might be rapidly going downhill. This wasn't just a slip of the tongue, this was a disastrous lack of judgment. It feels like we are witnessing the tragic decline of a genius. Is this just a slow-paced plot designed to torture us, or is the show actually preparing to write a heartbreaking storyline about Eric losing his faculty? Let's dive deep into the Forrester boardroom, because the fallout from this catastrophic interview is pushing the company to the absolute brink of crisis. Ridge, Steffy, and Brooke are now faced with an impossible, agonizing decision. Do they finally force Eric into retirement? I honestly think they have to. Steffy Forrester Finnegan is a ruthless, pragmatic co-CEO. She is already dealing with the chaotic fallout of Ivy Forrester's manipulative schemes and Elektra's threats to quit. Steffy has zero patience for a PR nightmare of this magnitude. I can totally see Steffy slamming her hands on the boardroom table, demanding that her grandfather step down before he tanks the stock prices any further. And think about Ridge. My heart actually breaks for Ridge in this scenario. He loves his father deeply, and he has always been Eric's biggest defender. But Ridge is also a businessman. Watching his father publicly humiliate the company is going to force Ridge to choose between his family loyalty and the survival of Forrester Creations. The psychological torment Ridge is going to face as he contemplates firing his own father is going to be Emmy-worthy material. He knows that Eric's designs leave a lot to be desired, and he knows that Eric's public outburst is indefensible. Now, let's talk about Brooke Logan, because you know she is going to use this crisis to her absolute advantage. We already know that Brooke recently made a highly seductive, manipulative offer to Ridge to replace Steffy as co-CEO. Brooke wants to protect Hope's future at the company, and what better way to seize power than during a massive leadership vacuum? With Eric potentially being forced out, Brooke can swoop in, claiming that the company needs stable, experienced leadership to weather this PR storm. She will absolutely use Eric's decline as leverage to prove that Steffy's current management is failing. It is a brilliant, albeit ruthless, power play. Meanwhile, over at the Logan camp, Katie is holding all the winning cards. Donna recently warned Katie to back off from poaching Hope, fearing it would ignite a massive family feud with Brooke. But Katie doesn't even need to lift a finger right now. Eric just did all the heavy lifting for her. By publicly attacking Logan, Eric validated them as a legitimate threat. He basically told the entire fashion world, "Look at Logan. They are so good that they are making me lose my mind." Katie's defensive stance that business is business has been entirely vindicated by Eric's unforced error. This situation also creates a massive psychological dilemma for Hope Logan. Liam Spencer has been relentlessly pressuring Hope to jump ship and leave Forrester Creations to work for Katie. Up until now, Hope has stubbornly refused, insisting that she needs to stay and fight for Time's hope for the future. But how can she defend staying at Forrester when the founder is publicly melting down and the brand's reputation is in the gutter? Liam is going to be so incredibly smug about this. I can already hear him saying, "I told you so, Hope." Forrester is a sinking ship. Hope is going to feel so torn between her loyalty to her mother's ambitions and the undeniable reality that Katie's company is currently the hottest ticket in town. So, what are the current fan theories surrounding this explosive storyline? A lot of us in the B&B for Phone community are predicting some massive plot twists. Could this be the moment we finally see the introduction of new successor characters to take over Eric's design legacy? Perhaps R.J. Forrester will be forced to step up and prove he has the Massimo Marone ruthlessness to push his grandfather out. Or maybe, just maybe, Eric isn't actually losing his mind. What if this is a calculated, albeit bizarre, strategy? Though, let's be real, that's a stretch. The suspense is absolutely killing me. I personally think Eric is going to be fired. The writing is on the wall. You cannot have a fashion house run by a man whose designs are boring and whose public persona is toxic. The modern fashion industry is unforgiving, and Forrester Creations needs a desperate rebranding. Forcing Eric into retirement would create a ripple effect of drama that would fuel this show for years. It would pit Ridge against Steffy, Brooke against Katie, and Hope against Liam in entirely new ways. I absolutely love how this storyline is forcing every single character to show their true colors. We are seeing the raw ambition, the familial guilt, and the cutthroat nature of the fashion world all colliding at once. Eric's tragic downfall is the catalyst for a total reshaping of the Los Angeles fashion hierarchy. Will he go quietly into the night, or will he wage a bitter, destructive war against his own family to keep his throne? We will be watching every single episode closely to see how this boardroom bloodbath unfolds. Do you think Eric deserves to be fired, or should the family give him another chance? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because I know you all have some strong opinions on this.
What do you guys think about today's drama? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for your daily dose of bold and beautiful news. See you in the next video.